Chase Sexton is back. Anaheim won, baby. Let's get into it. Now, I know it's the first race of the season, but damn, you cannot deny how good and comfortable Chase Sexton looked. He was flicking the bike around, hitting the downsides of the rhythm perfectly, just soaking it up. And to be honest with you, it kind of reminded me of 2023 Chase Sexton when he was battling Eli Tomac and he had that flash of speed. You can tell that he really took the time with KTM to dial in that bike so that he could get comfortable and get his sprint speed back that he had in 2023. Now, when he first switched to KTM, I was kind of skeptical. Safe to say he might be back. Jett Lawrence, he looked kind of off all day. And I know you can probably blame the new bike. I'm an Eli Tomac fan, but Jett Lawrence is the GOAT of this generation. I guarantee you he's gonna be breaking records left and right. So he's earned the right to blame the bike. Not saying he is, but he's definitely earned that right. But even on press day, it just looked like he was bottoming out on the bottom of the rhythms. The whoops, he was kind of shaky. But just the way that he tangled with Jason Anderson off the start, I'm surprised both of them weren't on the ground. And to be honest, I'm surprised that Jason even ended up on the podium, to be honest. He was in the lead at one point, and I was like, Jason Anderson. And dang, he was looking good in that Alpine Stars Dirt Studios collab. Oh my gosh. But back to Jett. It was almost like a completely different Jett that went 24-0 in the outdoor season. I don't know if it's just a matter of chance. You can only win so much before you have a crash, or if it really was the new bike. But in Honda's defense, he looked super comfortable at Motocross the Nations. Now, I know it's not apples to apples because of outdoors versus supercross, but still, I guess we're going to see. Because now he's got to dig himself out of a hole if he wants to win this championship. I mean, Chase looks confident. Eli looks confident. When I saw Jett last place almost in that first turn, and I saw Eli Tomac out front, I was already thinking #1 plate for his final season. And then he dumps it over. Once he crashed, you have no idea how quick the joy exited my body. It was insane. But I was just happy to see him get up because I know that some of y'all were thinking what I was thinking. Don't tear your Achilles, brother. Not again. And he worked his way back up to 5th. He looked super good the way he was steering with the back tire, just putting his bike wherever he wanted. Kind of reminded me of like some Ryan Villopoto in his prime. Ken Roczen. I love me some Ken Roczen, man. Who doesn't? And to see him get 2nd place was just amazing, and that Fox gear looked super fire. I'm not going to say what I saw with that line where he's jumping over the tough block, but man, I thought he was about to pull out a Kevin Windham transfer on him or something. But shout out to Ken Roczen for a solid 2nd place. I could definitely see him finishing the season top 3 in the championship. Cooper Webb, just doing Cooper Webb things. He looked super comfortable as well. Didn't really have the speed. He's not really known for his speed, but you could tell he's playing chess. He was in it for the long game. He knows you can't win the championship at A1, but you can definitely lose it. And it was just not a good day for Hunter either. He ended up getting tangled up with someone over in that whoop section or the sand section afterwards, and down he went. Not a good day for the Lawrence brothers. Prado. I think Prado was in 1st place for a little bit. I knew he was going to fade. I expect to see better things from Prado. I think he can really be a top 10 guy. I can't wait to see him for outdoors. But for Supercross, he definitely has some learning to do. But definitely looking fly in the Fox gear. But the way that he kind of faded and then ended up crashing, it's going to be a learning curve for my boy Jorge Prado. 250s, Hayden Deegan. That first turn crash, I'm willing to chalk that up to just a racing incident. It didn't look like he was getting overzealous or too excited. I feel like Hayden has matured a little bit over these last couple years. He was in futures, 2 years ago? But he's learned so much. He has excelled so much since then. So I don't really think he was getting too excited. I know Ryder D was probably trying to get over to the left a little bit, trying to get a good angle so he could get a good exit out of the first turn, kind of thinking ahead on his part. But Hayden Deegan does what Hayden Deegan does. He's a freaking dog, honestly. The way he was weaving left and right and just passing everybody left and right. Hayden Deegan is the Danger Boy. Danger Boy does what Danger Boy does. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to see him get back to 5th. It was kind of like a carbon copy of Eli Tomac's ride to get that 5th position and basically damage control. Hayden Deegan kind of did the same thing. As soon as I saw that it was Cody Schock, I was like, oh man, Hayden Deegan's about to get shocked, man. This is not going to be pretty for somebody. And he tried. He definitely tried. He tried to tee him up in that last lap, couldn't get it. Hayden Deegan gave him like the little taunt from MX Unleashed. Shout out to Hayden Deegan, bringing it home in 5th with no visor. Joe Shimoda. It's so awesome to see Joe Shimoda actually finish on the podium, let alone a win in Anaheim 1. And I've been waiting for this moment for Joe. I've always been a fan of Joe Shimoda. He just has that smooth style, and I love to see him back on the Honda. I was so excited to see him escape that pro circuit curse and get back riding red. I'm super happy for Joe, and it's really hard not to be. He's a really good kid, and I really think he's in it for the long haul. I really think Hayden Deegan does have his hands full with Joe Shimoda. And I don't want to make this video too long, man. It's your boy, Jay, the Addict. I'll see you guys in San Diego.